Tickets for the Tina Turner concerts were sold at the stadium box office and all Captain Quick locations in the city. And as was expected, ticket buyers were up bright and early this morning, standing vigil at the various locations waiting for the doors to open. And then the rush was on. Before 9 o'clock, all the Captain Quick stores were sold out. And by 11, the two shows scheduled for July 9th and 10th were declared sold out. Jack Lee is the manager of the store on Mary Meeting Road, and he says the tickets went like hotcakes.
Yeah, I think, but quicker.
What time did you open the doors this morning?
We opened up about 5 after 8, and we had about 400 people lined up, and the tickets went in about 40-45 minutes.
Have you turned many people away who've come in search?
I would think about 200 in the lineup, and then about, say, there's another 100 people that have come since we sold out in the last 15 minutes. We just haven't gotten on to give them.
What about the other stores? Any idea how they're doing?
At Pennywell Road, this morning when I came by there around 8 o'clock, 5 to 8, there was about 200 lined up. And I still understand from just talking to the girl on the phone that there's still a line up there.
The scene was the same at Memorial Stadium, as people lined up inside the building, waiting for their turn to buy tickets for what many say is the biggest music attraction to ever come to the island. Do you ever think a big artist like her would ever make it to this province?
No.
So it's pretty good that we can get someone such as her down here.
That's right, I guess so.
Do you ever expect an artist as big as her would ever come to Newfoundland?
No, not really, you know, because like this place don't hold that many people, you know, and it's unusual to see her here only about 4,000 or 5,000 people in attendance, right?
Do you ever expect someone like her would make it down to Newfoundland?
Not yet. I'm figuring seeing it this big this early, but eventually.
I guess she's probably the biggest artist that St. John's has ever seen in a long time.
Yeah, as far as I can remember, yeah.
Are you looking forward to Tina Turner?
Oh, yes, I am.
Do you expect that someone like Tina Turner would ever show up in Newfoundland for a concert?
Yes. I feel we're a growing province, and anybody's capable of coming here.
Looking forward to the Tina Turner concert?
Oh, yeah.
How many tickets you buy?
2.
Just for yourself?
No, one for me and one for my sister.
You expect a lot of people will be coming in from around the province, or just St. John's people?
Oh, I don't know. Probably from all over if they can get in, I guess.
It's going to be a big party, you think, on those 2 nights?
Yeah.
The concert is being presented by NTV and Oz FM. An organization to bring the private dancer tour to the province began several months ago. Oz FM program director Bruce Morrell coordinated the details to bring the concert here.
Here's essentially the main reason why. She just ended her tour in Europe. She was touring Europe most of the spring and I guess part of the winter. And her management were looking for a market, a town, where they could rehearse their North American show. I would assume that what is happening is that they're going to be using different musicians than they were using in Europe. A different road crew, different lighting people. They probably use some of their senior people that they used in Europe, but they're bringing together a new group of people. So they're looking for a locale in the country to rehearse. And Newfoundland, unlike a major center like a Toronto or a Montreal, where you've got 3, 4, 5 million people all in one area, jumping on a major artist like Tina Turner, can come to a province like Newfoundland, specifically the city of St. John's, and not be terribly worried about a lot of security. And it's a very nice part of the world to be for a couple of weeks. So essentially what's happening is the major artists are looking now at Newfoundland as a part of the world or a part of the country that they can come and rehearse and at the same time relax instead of being in the fast lane, so to speak. Specifically with the Tina Turner thing, she won't be here for 14 days, but a lot of the people associated to the show will be here for that period of time, from late June until show dates, July 9th and 10th.
It is quite obvious that the ticket price of $19.50 did not deter anyone from going to the concert.
Well, all the years we've been doing concerts, and that is Oz FM, has been tied to most every concert that's come into the province, major artists. For many, many years, Newfoundlanders have been saying, we'll pay $20, we'll pay $18, we'll pay $25 to see a major artist. And the bigger the artist, the more money they want. And with Tina Turner charging $19.50, there was no doubt in Donald K. Donald's mind, in my mind, or in the mind of the powers that are involved with the stadium, that $19.50 would be an excessive amount of money to pay for an artist like this. We're going to get probably $38 worth of entertainment out of Tina Turner when we get to see her. It's a very expensive program to put together. And $19.50 is still a very realistic price when you consider that last year when I saw Michael Jackson, I paid $40 to see him. So $19.50 is still a very, very nice price.
So come July 9th and 10th, the empty stadium floor will be packed by these people and more who have come to see Tina Turner. Paul Harpel, NTV News.
This is Tina Turner, the superstar who has rocketed to the top of the charts over the past few months, is the woman thousands of Newfoundlanders have been doing everything they can to try and see during one of her 4 concerts set for next week at the Memorial Stadium in St. John's. But the road to the top has not always been an easy one for Tina Turner. For years, record companies and the music listeners had forgotten her. But now she's taking the world by storm.
You can tell that we're new at this. My goodness, this has been a wonderful evening. Enduring all that I had to endure until I got here, meaning the double shows a night, and then in the working, the road that I had to take by not having a record, meaning there's nothing wrong with working Las Vegas if you enjoy it. But if you want to be someplace else, that means that you enjoy it less. So it was like working the Fairmont hotels, doing mostly all the conventions. That was wonderful and fun and gratifying. But then when it no longer became fun and I wanted to get back into this, then the impatient part sort of.
Who believed in you along the way?
Me. All me. My family's very small, and I don't really discuss my desires with my family in that sense. That's all very private, you know. A few very close friends that I would talk about. Yeah, they knew I wanted to be an actress, but that's like, sure, and I want to be a singer. I mean, everybody has all these things that they want to be. It's like, sure, maybe you'll get there. But it wasn't that person there that's going, do it, you'll get it, don't worry, you know. But then when I changed management and I sat down and talked to Roger Davies, he believed in me, or else he would not have taken the time. Mm-hmm. He finally came to see the show and saw that the potential was there and that there needed to be some changes. And I believed that he could do it. It was is incredible to make the realization now as we talk about. There was an exchange there, knowing that this young boy could do it.
And he knew you could do it.
And he knew I could do it. And we both want the same thing.
You had been ostracized by the record industry because of some mistakes that Ike made along the way. Do you harbor any resentment now that success is there in front of you? Are you bitter at all?
Not at all. I was not. When I left 10 years ago, it was really, I wasn't bitter. I just figured I'd finished it. And all was done, and all was fine.
Do you know who your real friends are now? You've been up, down, and up.
They were all there. I mean, I can't say the people in the industry now because you can't, that's very hard to get someone as a friend in the industry. It's business. And they're saying, well, who's the producer and where does she want to go? I mean, that's not, I cannot say that they all put me down. I'll say they didn't know where to put me. They all said to Roger, she's great, we all know that, but what can we do with her? So I did not really get involved with people saying, oh, shush, maybe Roger did and he didn't tell me. But I just sort of felt like I was this entity that no one knew where to put me. And then finally someone said, well, I'll take her and find out where she goes.
But the music charts aren't the only conquest that Tina Turner has in mind. Her role as anti-entity in the 3rd Mad Max movie, now raging across North America, is making Tina Turner a household name.
Entity was really Tina Turner, it seemed. In fact, I think they had you in mind when they wrote that part.
It was someone like me. Yeah. And that's why they kept thinking, well, who's like her?
Why not get Tina?
Yeah, that's right. So that was the answer as well. Why don't we get Tina? Well, she's not an actress. I mean, she has no record. And then George felt, well, I'm going to go see her. I'm just going to find out. Because he had 2 other people or 3 other people that lined up. and I got the part.
Were you nervous? You know, the first few days on the set, you walk in and everybody's done this before. How did you feel?
Well, I knew my part in everybody's part. It was almost like being on stage. I was giving everyone their lines, and then I found oh no, that's not your line, because I was used to doing that, you know, and that was not right. And I thought, oh, they don't do that here. You know, it was like really messing up for the first week, and everyone laughing at me. You know, no, it was not at all nervous, because George is very warm, and George Ogilvy is also very warm. Frank Thring is like a riot. I mean, we were just laughing, and Mel was immediately very warm. So I was not nervous at all, even though I had no one there with me, I was there totally alone. And I totally just locked in with those people there, and they just became, they're not like family, but my world for that moment. The only nervousness was watching the rushes and watching myself mess up to get it.
Watch like this?
Yeah, this way, biting and chewing, going, oh, no, you know. But that was really sort of nerve-wracking. Be good to me.
Tina's Canadian tour is, of course, being kicked off here in Newfoundland. While some might say that a Canadian tour is a bit of a gamble for her, those same people are likely forgetting that she has received some inside tips from local boy Bryan Adams.
First, it came from his music. When I was working with in-house producer John Cotter, just before I did this album here, John was directly connected with Bryan, and Bryan had sent some material. And I liked what he was doing. I liked a lot of the stuff he was doing, but I still hadn't gotten exactly what I wanted to do with him. So we passed on some of the things that he had sent. And when I came to Canada, Bryan came backstage and he said, he was like a young boy. He says, I handed you this tape. He said, I was really very nervous. I was sick that night or something, and I was in a really good mood, so I didn't remember. But later when I went back, he was there again. And he said, here, see if Tina likes this, and we can do a duet on it. Roger brought it. I went in the studio the next day, and there we were. Totally musical. I mean, plus I like Bryan. He was also cute. But it's a mixture of things there, but definitely his music.
Initially, NTV and Oz FM were successful in arranging 2 Tina Turner concerts for next week. But the demand for tickets was so great, with both shows being sold out in virtually less than a few hours, organizers were successful in scheduling not only a 3rd, but a 4th performance as well. And for most Newfoundlanders, where the big names in the music industry are seen only on television, a chance to see someone of Tina Turner's caliber is just a dream.
You ever think a big artist like her would ever make it to this province?
No.
So it's pretty good that we can get someone such as her down here.
That's right, I guess so.
Do you ever expect an artist as big as her would ever come to Newfoundland?
No, not really, you know, because like this place don't hold that many people, you know, and it's unusual to see her here only about 4,000 or 5,000 people in attendance, right?
Do you ever expect someone like her would make it down to Newfoundland?
Not yet. I'm very seeing it this big this early, but eventually.
I guess she's probably the biggest artist that St. John's has ever seen in a long time.
Yeah, as far as I can remember, yeah.
Are you looking forward to Tina Turner?
Oh, yes, I am.
Do you expect that someone like Tina Turner would ever show up in Newfoundland to a concert?
Yes. I feel we're a growing province, and anybody's capable of coming here.
Looking forward to the Tina Turner concert?
Oh, yeah.
How many tickets you buy?
2.
Just for yourself?
No, one for me and one for my sister.
You expect a lot of people will be coming in from around the province, or just St. John's people?
Oh, I don't know. Probably from all over if they can get in, I guess.
It's going to be a big party, you think, on those 2 nights?
Yeah.
But the dream has come true. Shortly after midnight last night, Tina Turner arrived from Toronto at the airport in St. John's. A special limousine and a gathering of fans were on hand for the arrival, and no one was to be disappointed.
I'm looking rather dapper today.
Welcome to Newfoundland, Miss Turner.
Thank you. It's wonderful here, I think.
All right, hope you enjoy it.
All right. Look at this. I don't know what we got. Oh, right. Look at this, right? Oh, wow. It's like when we were in Holland. 71 Mercedes.
Oh,
right.
The greatest way to go. Look at this. It's like in Holland. In Holland, it was.
It reminds me of the Holland. Yeah, it's a great car.
It's great. It's beautiful. I'll take this one, Roger, and 2 others.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Today, Tina was resting at the Hotel Newfoundland, where it's understood an entire floor is being reserved for her cruise. But certainly the whole group was observing the July 4th holiday. a fact which did not escape the mind of Oz FM station manager Bruce Morrell.
Small gift. What we did is we put together bouquets of balloons, something that's fairly new in Newfoundland, but it's a common gift, if you call it that, on the mainland, particularly California, New York, and places like that. Red, white, and blue balloons to celebrate July the 4th, which is, as you know, a major holiday for Americans. And being that they are as far away from home as they are, combined with the fact that they're working probably 18-hour days, and really this is a 4-day weekend for the Americans, and they're working all the way through it. I thought it would be a nice little, nice little plug for them and a nice little gift, and they're all really very buzzed by it. They really enjoy it.
I was just going to say, have you heard anything from them back now since you sent the balloons over?
Well, I went down to the stadium this afternoon, and a couple of the guys had taken some of the balloons off, and they were inhaling the helium, and you know what usually happens when you inhale helium, you go up about 9 octaves, so they're all walking around like that, you know. So that's pretty funny. They're playing with it, and they're having a good time.
And so, it's true. The person many would argue is the leading female singer in the world today is in Newfoundland. She'll appear at the stadium in St. John's next Monday through Thursday nights. And quite simply,
20,000 people are going to see Tina Turner next week, and it's going to be the 4 hottest nights that Newfoundland has ever seen.
Alan Rowe, NTV News.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tina Turner!
In less than 2 hours, more than 5,000 Newfoundlanders will be seeing exactly this, the dramatic entrance of rock superstar Tina Turner onto the stage at Memorial Stadium. And while the temperature and the humidity outside is expected to be remaining quite high, inside officials are expecting all needles will be in the red. Since her arrival last week, Turner has been spending most of the time either in the Hotel Newfoundland under the watchful eyes of her road crews and agents, or at the stadium rehearsing for the kickoff of her nationwide tour here. But on Saturday, at an exclusive interview with NTV, which will be seen in its entirety at a later date, the singing sensation revealed just a few of her thoughts and impressions of St. John's, her fans here, and the upcoming 4 concerts.
I have a Canadian wall now. My album did. I have now 6 platinum albums from Canada. So I think that it is deserving of Canada for me to hit every spot, to say hello to the people and to perform and whatever it takes. I mean, it's just been really wonderful.
You're the star. You're the person selling the tickets. That makes all the difference.
Well, to stand there really and see all those people that came to see you, it's more like saying, I've done it. These people care enough to come. This many people care enough to come. When you've stood there with people like Stuart Jagger, Lionel Richie, and all those people came to see him, and you were there a part of it, but when you stand there and they're there to see you, that's what makes the difference. So that's why it's important. You're driving through the city and they scream, 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 but it's great, and this younger generation is just wonderful. And which included the song that he and I did as a duet.
Later, Turner attended a news conference in the hotel, and following that, she was the guest of honor at a reception hosted by NTV and Oz FM, who have been responsible for bringing the rock idol to the province in the first place.
Ladies and gentlemen of St. John, it's Tina Turner.
And throughout both events, it was clearly evident to all in attendance why she has been so successful. On Sunday afternoon, members of the tour took some time out from their rehearsing and setting up to play a game of softball between the road crew and the band at the Diamond in Pleasantville. The matchup, which from the beginning, by the way, was clearly dominated by the far superior road crew, was a delight to both fans and the players.
Don't play time. It'll rip down the under. Oh! Take him in. You got the force out. You got the force out.
Other men come in these places, and the men are all the same.
But baseball is not what Tina Turner or the road crew and band members are here to play. Rather, it's the songs that have made Tina Turner a superstar. And while the weather forecast has suggested that outside the stadium, thunder and lightning will be filling the air, inside, the performance will be setting Tina Turner fans on fire. Alan Rowe, NTV News. They had been lining up around Memorial Stadium for as long as 3 hours in some cases, and once inside the building where, even before the action got underway, the temperatures were nearing 95 degrees, they watched and they waited. And when the show finally began, they were ready. Opening act was Strange Advance, and by all reports today, the group was well deserving of the opportunity to get things moving for the main attraction.
You're on your own and meet a friend.
They had just rushed in from Nova Scotia. They arrived in St. John's at 5 o'clock, rushed their equipment on the stage, and considering that these guys had just played 3 nights in Halifax and had rushed in, they did a really, really fine performance.
Who doesn't kill but wolves for life?
But the big show was still to come. While everyone was waiting, a couple of fans decided to try something a little different. And once everybody else figured out what they were up to, the first Newfoundland wave began.
Saw it a little while ago in Edmonton. I was there this summer and I really got into it and I enjoyed it. So I decided to just give it a try, and my friends that were with me, they helped me a lot. And it was took a while to get started, but we finally got into it. And about 15 minutes, I guess, and everybody was going pretty good. So everybody enjoyed it, I think, anyway.
The gentleman that started the wave, we had him in the radio station today, and we presented him with a prize and a set of tickets to tonight's concert, hoping that he'll start the wave again this evening.
And then, in a blaze of lights with all lamps outputting to the peak of their perfection, Tina Turner took to the stage.
It was a super performance. It was just spectacular. They've got stuff down there. It's like listening to your home stereo at 9 in a perfect acoustic room. It just sounded fantastic last night. I mean, my ears are still ringing from it.
I'd say this one was one of the top ones I've seen.
It's just going to get better every single night. And last night she probably put out 99% in terms of being accurate to all of her singles and her private dancer album. And I might add that a lot of her songs that she's done over the years, she's been performing for some couple of decades now, the versions that she has remixed and reorchestrated are just a mind blower.
You're going back too, aren't you?
I'm going back tonight, yeah.
From the very beginning, what we kept hearing was, it's the show you're not going to want to miss. What we're hearing now almost is, it's the 4 nights that you're not going to want to miss.
I'm going to be there every single night, let's put it that way, and I'll probably lose 20 pounds before the week is out. But no, it's something that if you have the opportunity or had the opportunity to purchase tickets for each night, it was worth the investment. It's an expensive proposition, you know, if you wanted to go with you and your friend or you and your children, you know, it's $20 basically a head, so $40 or $50 a night. If you've got $200 to spend for the 4 nights, fantastic. But it's well worth every cent of it. It really is. I mean, it's a world-class act.
Alan Rowe, NTV News.
And I must say, I take my hat off to Donald Kay, and of course, you know, you've got Roger, and he's a genius. And of course, Tina is, I mean, probably the greatest superstar right now on the planet. I mean, this is just like 4 Woodstocks. And for Newfoundland, it's tremendous. I mean, we were on the national news. I mean, the harbor and this exotic, sort of fascinating miniature San Francisco seaport of international, and the oldest city in North America, which has never really been played up. And now, as it's unfolding, I'm terribly impressed with everything, and I certainly wish them well. A tour that is going to go really down till the 7th of December and ends in Miami. And all of them are fantastic people, Walker and the rest who we were dealt with, and we thank them all, and we wish them Godspeed. And we understand they leave tomorrow, and they're trying to arrange a big send-off, so we certainly hope that's the way it goes. I've never seen anything like it. It's the best show I've ever seen. I talked to a bunch of very sophisticated people who've seen everything from the Beatles show and Shea Stadium and their you know, the Sullivan shows, and I mean every show to that moment to this moment is the best I've seen. Fantastic, but it's like saying, is a diamond getting any better? I mean, a jewel, is an emerald getting any better? She's responding every night differently because she has different audiences, but she's touching. I mean, you can see it in every movement. She's totally, I mean, a total star is totally mastered the mastery of the craft.
Other men come in these places, and the men are all the same. You don't look at their faces, and you ask their names.
If they open the doors after the 5 minutes after Tina starts, which is halfway through, then the ventilation will work, and it'll bring down the heat maybe 10 or 15 degrees, because we've got to respond completely and fast to professional problems on staging, and they have the finest design that I have seen. It's a masterpiece in portability and in craftsmanship and in staging. So we're dealing with, I would say, one of the finest organizations and the most together group of men that have impressed me, because I'm behind stage, and you really see what is going on behind stage. And I'll tell you, it's like an orchestrated ballet. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful outpouring of positive energy that everybody was enjoying. Everybody was love. It's a showing really of love.
For Tina Turner fans in this province, her concerts here were a dream come true. People are calling it the concert of the year and the opportunity of a lifetime to see one of the music industry's hottest superstars. Tina Turner's visit to this province has touched the young and old. One of the first Newfoundlanders to speak with Turner was 6-year-old Tina Halley, who was on the plane with her when she arrived. Although Tina is a little shy on camera, she says Turner is definitely her favorite singer.
What do you think is so special about Tina Turner? What do you like about her?
The way her hair is. My dad's friend wants to get her hair done next.
Yeah.
Just like it.
What about her music? Do you like her music?
Oh, yeah.
Did you like her concert? Were you really glad that you got to go? You didn't have your tickets first, but Tina Turner made sure that you got some. Were you really glad that you got to go and see her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite songs?
2. What's Love Got to Do in Private Dancer?
All 4 of Turner's concerts left the fans begging for more, and that was very evident today as they lined up to get a last glimpse of Turner getting on her jet.
Well, I just wanted to see Tina Turner. I was dying to see her.
Yeah.
And we saw the concert last night and it was excellent, so I just love to see her.
Think you're going to miss her when she's gone?
Yeah, I hope she comes back next year.
Yeah. I'm a very big fan of hers for a long time. How did you enjoy her concerts while she was here?
They're excellent. She gives everything she has, very energetic, and she's an extraordinary performer. Most people are better on their records, but she's understated on her records. She's excellent.
What are you doing out here today? Last chance to get to see her?
I want to thank you for coming and hope she comes back again.
Think we'll ever get to see her back here in Newfoundland?
She said she would last night for a whole week, and I think she sticks to her word.
How would you describe her concerts? Do you think it was probably one of the most exciting concerts you've seen?
I'll put it this way, I know why. She's a rock legend.
At 3 o'clock, Turner arrived at the hangar, greeted her fans, and with her ever-present smile, wished some of her new friends goodbye.
Wonderful, really was.
Any last words for your Newfoundland fans?
Well, I'll be back and just hold everything down. All right.
Turner's manager, Roger Davies, says the concerts in St. John's were great. Turner wants to come back someday, and Davies agrees that Newfoundland is definitely worth a second trip.
I think the crowds were great, and we had a good time here. It was a little humid in the hall, but it was very good. And as Tina said last night, we'll definitely come back.
Do you have any idea when?
Well, we're not doing any concerts next year at all. So it'll probably be 1987. Exactly when, I don't know. But after we do Europe, probably the middle of 1987.
Was it a good start for your Canadian tour, do you feel?
Yes, it's been a great start. It's done 4 shows, we've got 106 to do. That was very enjoyable. Everyone was very friendly and we had a good time. Bye.
For now, it's goodbye to Tina Turner, the superstar. We can only hope for a speedy return. Lynn Burry, NTV News.
I wanna make $1 million.
these places, and the men are all the same. You don't look at their faces and ask their names. You don't think of them as human. You don't think of them at all. Keep your mind on the money. Keeping your private dancer, dance up for money. Do what you want me to do.